Here's something that might surprise you. The most powerful things you can do for your child's brain development don't cost a dime. They don't require fancy toys, expensive programs, or hours of structured learning. In fact, if you're spending your evenings drilling flashcards or worrying that your toddler isn't learning enough, I want you to take a deep breath. Because what actually builds a brilliant brain looks nothing like what most parents expect. Be honest with me for a second. Have you ever felt guilty scrolling through social media, seeing other parents doing elaborate activities with their kids, and wondering if you're falling behind? Have you ever thought, "Am I doing enough?" You're not alone. Most parents feel this pressure. But here's the truth. The small, everyday moments you're probably already sharing with your child matter far more than any Pinterest-worthy project ever could. Today, I'm going to share 5 tiny habits backed by real science that can genuinely supercharge your child's brain before they turn 5. These aren't complicated. They don't require special training. And by the end of this video, you'll realize you might already be doing some of them without even knowing it. Let's get into it. Before we talk about these habits, let's understand why the first 5 years matter so much. During this window, your child's brain is forming over 1 million new neural connections every single second. 1 million per second. Researchers at Harvard's Center on the Developing Child call this period serve and return because a child's brain literally develops through back and forth interactions with caring adults. Here's what's remarkable. Studies show that warm, responsive relationships and simple daily experiences shape brain architecture more powerfully than any academic program designed for toddlers. The American Academy of Pediatrics has even issued statements emphasizing that play and connection are not distractions from learning. They are learning. So why do so many parents still believe that early academics, strict schedules, and educational products are the key to raising smart kids? Because the parenting industry has spent decades selling us that belief. But neuroscience tells a different story. The brain doesn't develop through pressure. It develops through safety, curiosity, and connection. Now let me show you exactly how to put this science into practice. Number 1. Talk often and narrate your day. This sounds almost too simple, but research from the University of Kansas found that children who hear more words in conversation, not from screens, but from real human interaction, develop stronger language skills and higher IQs by age 3. You don't need to teach vocabulary, just talk. Describe what you're doing. When you're making breakfast, say something like, "I'm cracking the eggs now. See how the shell breaks? The inside is gooey and yellow." When you're at the grocery store, try this. "Let's find the apples. Do you see them? They're red and round. Should we pick the big one or the small one?" That's it. No lesson plans, just a running conversation about life. Number 2. Encourage curiosity by answering questions patiently. When your child asks why for the 100th time, it can feel exhausting. But every question is their brain reaching out to make sense of the world. Instead of brushing off questions, try responding with, "That's a great thing to wonder about. Let's figure it out together." You don't need to have all the answers. Saying, "I don't know, let's look it up," teaches them something even more valuable. that learning is a lifelong process. Number 3. Protect time for unstructured play. Here's something many parents don't realize. When children play freely, without adults directing every moment, their brains are doing heavy lifting. They're learning to solve problems, regulate emotions, negotiate with others, and think creatively. A study published in the journal Pediatrics found that free play actually strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, focus, and self-control. So give your child permission to be bored sometimes. Let them build with blocks, dig in the dirt, or invent imaginary games. Resist the urge to fill every moment with structured activities. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the biggest challenge you face when it comes to these habits? Is it finding time, staying patient, letting go of the pressure to teach something? I read every comment, and your honesty helps other parents feel less alone. Number 4. Read together daily, but not to teach letters. Forget about quizzing your child on the alphabet during story time. The real magic of reading aloud is emotional connection and exposure to language patterns, new words, and different perspectives. When you read, pause and ask open-ended questions like, "How do you think the bunny feels right now?" Or, "What do you think will happen next?" This builds comprehension, empathy, and critical thinking, skills that matter far more than early letter recognition. Number 5. Show physical affection generously. Hugs, cuddles, eye contact, and gentle touch aren't just nice. They're neurologically necessary. When a child feels emotionally safe, their brain can focus on exploration and learning. When they feel anxious or disconnected, their brain shifts into survival mode and learning takes a back seat. So hold your child, look them in the eyes when they talk to you. Say things like, "I love spending time with you," and "You make me so happy." These words and gestures are literally building the emotional foundation that all future learning will rest upon. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to be a perfect parent. You don't need expensive toys or elaborate activities. You don't need to turn your home into a classroom. What your child most is you, present, patient, and connected. Talk to them, wonder with them, play with them, read with them, and wrap them in love every single day. These tiny habits, done consistently, will wire your child's brain for curiosity, resilience, and lifelong success. Not because you drilled them with lessons, but because you gave them something far more powerful, a secure, loving relationship. If this video helped you feel a little more confident as a parent, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share research-backed parenting strategies every week to help you raise emotionally strong, mentally healthy kids without losing your mind in the process. You're doing better than you think. Keep showing up. That's what matters most. I'll see you in the next one.